Hello, beautiful people. How is it going? Can you hear me? One in chat? It has been an amazing day, guys. We will see what magic we will learn today. Today, I didn't have much time to trade, guys. Super busy with other stuff, but yesterday, I need to be honest. After the news, the direction was so clear, and I took some trades. I took some trades. New color scheme. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I put this orange, and it's incredibly beautiful. It's so clean. So I would like to start the live with the profile of the multiple days. If you remember, let me give you a breakdown of what's my game plan and to give you also a good news about what are we going to do. So, usually during the live, there is 90%, 85%, 95% that have completely clear picture of the most sensitive area of the market. But what I'm trying to do at the moment is building an algorithm that is capable of reading the daily profile for you. Okay, so in the plan of 2026, what we would like to have on deep charts is something that is capable of reading also the merge profile and give you the most sensitive areas. This is what I would like to create, okay? And I'm pretty sure that Antonio is capable of helping me in creating this and giving this. Fabio, last time I lost half of the profit in the prop, but yesterday I did my first payout, not much, $700. Thank you. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, deep effort is so clean. I will show you today, okay? I will show you today. So let's start from the analysis of the previous day, okay? What's happening in the previous day and why we are compressed. So we started, as you can see before, with one profile, two profile, and three profile. These one are on the same horizontal level. You see that orange, orange, orange are overlapping. So this one you can use the merge setting. One, then you click again, and you do merge, okay? Now you have a completely clear picture of what's based on this distribution is discount, okay? So what these players are willing to protect here. And this is what they protected for multiple days, okay? You had a lot of protection, you had an amazing opportunity yesterday during NFP. I don't know if you follow, but the market rejected exactly this level, okay? Went up, then went down. You had a lot of movement. And then we have this value area that we saw in the previous day, so one, and we can also merge the second, okay? So you have this value that it's above with this rejection level, and this was the level, if you remember, that we were hoping the price could break previously, and as you see, the price tried to break it, but create a failed auction, and then went back here. So this is the ping pong area that we had in the previous lessons that we saw together, and we understood that from the actual information of the FOMC yesterday, they broke this level, as you can see. So they tapped into the low of the previous distribution, okay, and they close below. So it's the first time that you managed to close here, okay. Today they were really aggressive on breaking this horizontal level, and now they are building value lower. So for the actual market structure of the distribution, we are going short, okay? We are going short now, and for the long-term auction, we are getting back into fair value, okay? So we are entering back into the top of the distribution, so the value area high, okay? Let me check if it's clear. Is it clear? The model is really quantitative, okay? I will tell you what's my plan for the afternoon, because it's possible that there will be some good opportunity. And so we are in a sensitive level because we are tapping into the multi-profile value area high. So this is a sensitive level, but the market is really strong on the short side. Wow, 100% understanding. We are doing an amazing job. In the bootcamp, we are doing an amazing job. Yes, perfect. Okay. So now we go here and I explain to you what's the play that we can implement. Okay. So we have the previous distribution, that is this one. Okay. Then there was the FOMC that closed a little bit down, so closed like here. Okay, so you have this delta in value. What does it mean, that delta in value? That the 70% of the volume that it's inside here is traded at a lower price point. Okay, what does it mean? That the market participants are accepting that this pressure is actually having a result lower. Okay, so you see the value area high is going lower, the value area low is going lower. Today, we are inside here, okay? So what the market is telling you is that, okay, they were successful. So today, the most strong setups are the one that fade the top, okay? And I already saw that today, if we take the full distribution profile, I can show you here, okay? If we take the full distribution and we go from the cash session, okay, so we go from the opening, we get our profile, okay? Can you spot that after the opening, the market went back here? Was this an amazing opportunity to go back either to fair value or to value area low? Yes or no? This is the usual template that we use, okay? Okay, now, if we want to incorporate also the night, so if you want to take into consideration everything that happened from midnight, okay, so you take from the beginning of the day, this is something that you can do also, you can see that the situation, and you take till the New York opening that is here, okay, so you have this first swing and this is the New York opening, you can see that even if you take the full profile, so you don't only take the cash session, you have all these price level that are above the distribution. Okay. So this is when the price is objectively expensive. Now, if we go here, Akasa say this is the trade I took to do amazing. If we go here, we can check what happened in the context of the order flow. Okay. Now I want to ask to all the market participants, okay, the first big trades that you see, this was a little bit before the opening, is these super aggressive buyers on the top of the candle approaching a high, and you need to decide with this information that you have, you can use the close of the candle, you can use the next one, but you need to understand and read if the market is saying to you that this aggression is being rewarded or not. Are we going long or are we going short here? You need to have a really rule-based approach to understand. There is Alexandre that says, I took that trade. Federico that says, I took a short there. Fantastic. Look at these guys. Not even 1 month. For me was like almost impossible. Amazing, 86% clean. Okay. For me was almost impossible to make sure that in 30 days everyone could understand a market trading that is not so easy. But we did it. Okay. A lot of people are already sending me results. Now, let's go here. Okay, let's say that you miss this one. You know that the distribution profile is short and you want to read the big trades, okay? let's read this candle, okay? This is the aggression of the sellers and this is the aggression of the buyers. Who is being rewarded? I'm not using any kind of subjective analysis, okay? I'm just reading order flow. Who is being rewarded? Okay, I'm asking you something specific. Are the sellers' aggression being rewarded? So the market is pushing in their side, or are the buyers? Okay, don't read at the number, read at the results. Who is being rewarded? If you say that the buyers are being rewarded, it means that you will go down here while this candle is forming. And it's clear for everyone, 100%, that the sellers are being rewarded. Now, this is one of the triple A setup that I explained when you have a wall of absorption. This is a wall of absorption of the sellers. Now, you can see that the candle print with a crazy aggression sell, but you have 254, 99 contract of the buyers, you approach again 86, 148, 260. See, these are a lot of volume. Okay, these are millions being exchanged here, but the market is saying to you, look, we don't go up. Okay, we don't go up. And this was an amazing opportunity. Now, going here, as you can see, we are stationary. What do I mean with we are stationary? That we are inside this previous wing point, okay, and we can take all this price action and volume of the last hour, and we can go to check something, okay? We can go to check here. What's the most sensitive level of the sellers of aggression? Okay, you can also aggregate. And if you aggregate here, you can see that this level is crazy strong. This delta level is when the sellers want to take control back again. So I want to have a really strong line here, and I want to observe what the market is doing. I think this level is the reason for 3 times in a row the market failed to have a result, okay? Is where the sellers are the most aggressive here. Okay, perfect. Now, let's consider also the fact that if we remove here, let's remove the deep trades, okay? And let's mark, like we did in the previous session, all the most, let me clean everything and put it back for you. One, this was the aggression and the protection of the sell. Okay, you see how the market is giving you the information. This was the area that we saw before, okay? Perfect. This is how the area was when the market approached it again. This was the top range sell level that we saw before, with the absorption of the buyers in this candle here. Okay, this is the game plan. Now, what I don't like about selling here, there are multiple stuff that I don't like. The first one is the correlation between effort and results. Okay, let me go through it. I want to explain you this. This is a concept that I still keep from the analysis of the price that is really, really valuable. Let's say that we are in this top range, okay, and we are moving like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? We go up, and we have a really strong reaction here, okay? We have a really strong reaction here, and you have a level here. Then we have the same distribution, okay? You have the same distribution. And the market have a really strong level here. Can you guess why this concept is less strong than this concept? And this you can only see by watching the profile distribution and reaction. Why for you? What's the reason? The reason is what is called situational analysis, okay? Let's say that we have this previous distribution that I was showing to you. Okay. And let's try to think together. You have a really strong level here, okay, because they sold aggressively here. Perfect. The level, maybe it's marked perfectly, okay. But what the price is telling you? The price is telling you that from this point, they invalidated this high, okay. From this point, they invalidated this high. From this point, they invalidated this high, okay. From this point, what they invalidated? Nothing. Okay, so what the market is telling you is that you are trying to short from a really strong level, but going really soon into a wall that is holding for all the price distribution. Let me check if it's clear. Okay, in this case, you have this situation, okay, and you have buyers that try to break this top, buyers that try to break this top, failed, buyers that try to break this top and are successful. Okay, perfect. Then you have sellers trying to take back control, failed, buyers trying to take back control, successful. From this level here, okay, they tell you, look at that, these sellers are stronger than all these 2 points because they invalidated all this buy pressure. So when you come back, like I told you here, and you have a really strong point here, you understand that the auction is already shifting. Here, you can fall for hundreds of points. Here, you have a really strong level, so close to your price. 77% clear. Okay, let me give another example because this is something that I use a lot to trade. So we need to make sure that we reach at least 85 to 90%. Let me give you another example. Okay, so I have an amazing distribution. The market is going here. We are approaching the top range. I want to short the top range. Okay, there is trader A that short the top range here. Okay, so short this level while the market is still saying to you, look, buyers are in control. Okay, there is trader B that does this. Market is going up. Okay, it approached the level and then it failed. So the last point of aggression of the buyers created a failed auction here. Okay, and they wait and short here. This setup for me will always be stronger than this setup. Why? Because here you have only volume telling you. Here you have volume and price alignment with a really sensitive level. So it's like if I have 2 dimensions of price, volume and price in sensitive levels. Let's see. If we don't go above 80%, I can explain to you with another example till it's clear for everyone. Okay? We can go on because this is something that can help you a lot in qualifying the entry. And I wanted to explain why today it's not so strong. Look at this, okay? Even before, amazing, 90% of understanding. This is okay, okay? So let's go here and I will try to explain to you. This one is a really strong level, okay? This one is strong. And we already saw it. This one is strong, perfect. This level here is strong from volume, but you can see that they already tried to break the bottom 3 times and they failed. So now, if we go in the drawing, okay, we can draw exactly this example and you will understand everything that I'm trying to tell you, okay? So if we go here and we draw what's the game plan of today, okay? Yes, we are short for the session. We had an amazing short immediately after the opening, and now the price did this for today, okay? It did this, then collapsed the first time, okay? Then it came back, and then it tried to break, and it failed here, okay? Then it tried, retraced, okay? Tried to break, and it failed again, okay? Now the market is here. You have a really strong volume point, okay? But here, you can see that we are shorting, if we want to short, against the result of the price, okay? If we do another example here, this same opportunity can be like this. And this is the premium setup that rewards you with higher win rate, okay? Here, then you have this, okay? Then the market goes back. Let me go a little bit on the right, okay? And the market goes back here, okay? And this one is what already gave you results. And let me give you an example 3 for this, because this is how you see 90% of the session. They are unfolded almost all like this, okay? We have this, we tap into the value area low. We have this, so the market is telling you, look, that I control, okay? And then the market is going back here, so it's saying to you, now you have a level that already show you the strength, a delta of the volume that makes this level really sensitive. The value area low, I cannot see that is guaranteed, but there is a really high probability, okay? Final Q&A. I'll put, is it clear? Doesn't get easier than this. There is no easier way to understand, because I show you this on price and I showed you this on drawing board. Okay, and this is important. A lot of people ignore completely price. Remember that price is the reaction of the volume. If you only take into consideration price or only volume, you are missing the other half of information. Now 95%. Okay, we are at it. Amazing. Okay, so let's go back to chart and let's put it back. You see what happened here? What happened here? This high, okay, failed. This break of the high failed because the distribution is saying to you that sellers are still in control. Okay? And now we are in the top range. You see? If we take all this down movement, you can take also from the beginning, okay? We can see that we are in a really strong level, okay, from the down range. Okay? So we are down in the total range, we are in the up range now. So I prefer this level other than this for the reason explained here. Okay? So if I was in my room concentrated only on trading now and not on explaining, I would see the interaction here and consider that if we close back inside and we have power from sellers, so you see a control of the auction, look here, can you see it? Can you see it, guys? What is the market telling me? Okay? So now, for example, if you see aggression of the sellers, it means that they are controlling the auction. Here they will control the auction. I don't know if it's clean for everyone. I can understand, guys, that it's not super easy. Okay, look, imagine also today for the last session we took another crazy sniper. It will be amazing, no? It will be amazing. But I think, guys, this is a really strong level. This is a level that you should point your attention to. Just give me a second because I want to open the Q&A, because I don't want to leave anyone behind. And I can understand that it's not always super easy to understand this concept. But I hope that I'm capable of making this easier for you. Let me see. Can you see the Q&A? Let's start the Q&A. While we watch price and we do live charting, let's stop the Q&A. You understood why this level is more important than this in the middle. You understood the distribution of the price for the day, and you understand this, the interaction. Is it clear for you, beautiful traders? Amazing, I'm really happy. At least it means that we are improving in the explanation. I hope. Let me go to the chat. I cannot see. Hands down the most valuable boost. Not easy finding the level. Guys, if it was easy, everyone would be a trader, no? Everyone will be a trader. You need to understand that everything that is valuable in this life requires understanding and sacrifice. If trading was 2 levels placed on the chart with 5 minutes of study per day, everyone will be profitable, no? Or will you wait for retracement and big sell trades or just enter? So you can make multiple stuff, okay? You can try to fade, so you can see this one while the candle unfolds and putting your risk above here, okay? Trying to go all the way back down, or you can just wait for the aggression of the sellers. For example, let me make an example for you, okay? See here, you see what happened here, okay? The sellers got trapped and the buyers immediately went aggressive to recover, okay? And you have an amazing long, okay? Then here, rejection, buyers aggressive, amazing long, okay? Here you don't have anything, nothing much. You see the aggression on the top range. You can use multiple confluence here, okay? Amazing. How to know which level will not be respected? By analysis. And remember that it's a game of probability, yeah? You never know. You cannot be sure 100%. If I can be sure 100% that this level would hold, first of all, probably I will be billionaire, okay? Because I can load 100 contract of Nasdaq here. Second of all, there is no model on this planet that is giving you certainties. All the models are giving you probabilities, okay? So the best thing you can do is put in confluence, like, for example, we started with the multi-day profile behavior. Then we went to the reaction of the volume, understanding which level put the most amount of volume. Then we went into the failed auction, like here, on the qualified level. So we used a lot of stuff, okay? I still don't understand how you identify buyer-seller walls here. This is exactly what they did. They tried to lift the auction, they put a lot of orders here, and they didn't have the result. This is a wall. But it's a wall also because you can see here, no? You can see that the result of the sellers is amazing, the result of the buyers is zero. It means that on this level, there is sellers' interest, okay? What we miss here to understand if it's a good setup, we miss the confirmation from the sellers. Okay, so now they are telling you, we are absorbing buyers. What they are not telling you here yet, they are not telling you here if the sellers are interested in the move, okay? Because we just have passive sellers absorbing this up move, okay? But we don't have aggressive sellers going to move the price at the moment. Okay, what does it mean? That it's not for them the best thing to do. Okay, so what I want to see here, for example, this level, is some aggression of the sellers with big trades, for example, this, okay, on the body of the candle. Otherwise, it means that the price can continue to bounce on this level, maybe it does another top, okay, and then it collapses. Okay, this is possible. So what I'm waiting here is what I like to call the trigger. The confirmation of the price being interested on the volume, being interested. I cannot cancel this level here. Okay. This is what I'm waiting at the moment. Once you understand why you need to have a protocol that is incorporating everything, it gets easier. Okay? In the beginning, you need to understand how to put multiple things together. And even if you get the theory that it's easier, no? You can say, okay, I understood everything. I can guarantee you that if you don't put at least 3 months of practice, it will be really difficult in the beginning, okay? You need to make sure that you are putting in the work. Not mandatory. You can also try to fade. You see, we have the first aggressive sellers. Now, if I need to ask to the chat, these aggressive sellers will be something that is interesting for you, or they are being completely destroyed? So will this be an aggressive sellers that you consider an aggression on the downside, or it don't make you feel really, really safe? How would you feel here? It's a confirmation of the short, or it's a moment where the price is telling you, look, that they got destroyed by buyers. So they got run. They tried to stop and the market, pam. Okay, it's not safe yet. It's not safe. And you need to have the patience, because I know that you have the syndrome of the order execution, okay? Order field. That's what you want, no? But you need also to understand that executing trades that are not premium is giving you only a minus in the balance. That's the only thing it can give you, unfortunately. I would hope for you that it will be different, but... Okay, so now they are bouncing here. So we had buyers that didn't got rewarded. So this is a punch to the wall. Sellers that are interested, okay, but they are still having zero results. Okay, you see the buyers are going really aggressive on it. And we can use a secondary template to support us on this one, where we can put the template related to CleanView. It was not wrong, it was this one. Should be this one, or this one, it's a new one that we are building. No, this one I don't know how to use. It's don't remember the name I put for it. Was I think this. You see why I tell you be careful. Look here. Look at the buyers. Okay? You see all these sellers absorbed. This was the big contract that you saw. Okay? Absorbed, absorbed, absorbed. Who is in control? Look here. Still the buyers. Okay? Still the buyers. Let me remove this one and two. And let's see how they behave here. Okay? You got it now. You can have the strongest level, okay? You can have the strongest level, but if you don't have a follow through of the sellers, the probability that it will break, you remember I told you they will probably take the high again, then get back. Maybe now you see sellers interested and they start to pop in. Is it clear, guys? Can you text in the chat? Clean or no? Look now, okay? Now this candle it's in it's building, it's printing, okay? But imagine if now the sellers can recover everything and break, for example, all this range, okay? What does it mean? That the level is valid, okay? This was not the moment, okay? And the sellers are aggressive from this one. So now you have location, you have price, okay? And you have distribution. If you use only one on these guys, unfortunately, you have only half of the information needed to do something crazy in these markets. Am I clear? This is exactly what I told you, okay? Why? Because the price is going up, it retraced, they made another higher high, and now if you try to short here, you are shorting against the previous demands, while the price is still lifting. So that's the reason I tell you, you want to see a situation like this, okay? Because the price already told you, look, sellers are in control, aggressive sellers dominated this auction here, buyers got absorbed maybe, and you have a huge probability of going down. Let me make a poll. Is it clear? I see people on the chat texting super clear. Maybe for the advanced one it's easier, but for the beginners it's not. Clean like water, super clear. Yeah, but I want that for the majority of the people it's clean, okay? Let me check the percentage here. 81%. Amazing. 81%, it's okay. It means that for the majority, it's clean, okay? Look what the price is doing, okay? Look what the price is doing. They are telling you, we control this law, we control this law, we control this law. They are building and building and building and building, okay? And the sellers went aggressive here, but didn't manage to control. Okay, you see that they didn't manage to control. So it's a level that is interesting from the set for the sell, but not from here. Why? Because the buyers are still in control. So the reason you fail, let's see if there is someone that failed a lot, is because you try to take this sniper, you get stopped out 3 or 4 times in the move, then the sellers come, but you finish the margin and you are like, fuck, my analysis were right, they stop loss me, they hunt me. Yes or no? Ever happened to you, this victim attitude? I know, I know. Of course, you can use it. You can go, let's make an example, okay? Let's go here. Let's go on template. No, we don't need template. We just need to open another chart. We can go on new. We can go on Nasdaq. We can go on the 40 range. There's someone that says you are watching my screen. And we can go to the Nasdaq effort. Okay. And what you can see that the last area of control was the buy. You see how the regression is going. You see that this green line, okay, what it tells you? It tells that the buyers are still controlling everything. Okay. So even if you reach a sensitive level, okay, even if you reach a super sensitive level, because this is a really strong level, guys, you should wait for the flip. Look here, okay, you can try to short here going up, stop loss, stop loss, stop loss, stop loss. They shift, okay. Sellers in control, look at this sniper. Bam, 1 to 5, okay. And they pull back. They are long, sellers undecisive, they change the auction, and again they go down till the down of the range. Look here. Okay. Now what they are telling you, yeah, it's interesting, but not the moment to short. Yet, this doesn't mean that it will not be an amazing short later. Okay. Just you need to learn how to be patient, guys. There is nothing else than patience in trading. It's more important than technicals and everything else. Let me know, of course, if I'm being clean to everyone. Okay, now I'm just watching the chart to check if we have the moment where the sellers take back control. As of now, buyers are way stronger, way stronger. They are trying to, you see, they are starting to push. You see this line? This line, when the sellers take back control, becomes red, okay, or purple. What does it mean? That the regression is switching, okay? And usually you start to plot really sensitive area when you have this condition. No, I will not take a long. I will not take a long now on this level because I have a wall. If they break the wall, I can consider a long. Do you ever use a zone as a pivot? So if you were looking to sell but it gets broken, you took the long? Usually no, but this is a really strong model if you are under news, okay? But in normal days, I prefer to mark my areas not as break and test areas, but as area of interest, okay? Because sometimes, you know, the area, maybe you can have a condition like this. They are interested in the movement, so the short is really a strong movement, but you can see a spike up, maybe till here, and then they start the move down. What does it mean? That if I try to long here, I will be stopped here by the wall and take a stop loss. So what I like to do is either the area hold, and the area to hold needs to have a volume confirmation. Okay. As of now, unfortunately, it's giving no volume confirmation because the market is continuing to push up without any stopping volume. No stopping volume at the moment. So it's not so smart to take the short. You see that they are super strong here. Now, if we go back to big trades, because you see that all the volume tools are giving you the same information, okay? It's not that the big trades are telling you to short and the Nasdaq effort is telling you to short or to go long at the same time. No, they are all coherent. They are telling you, look, on the short term, buyers are controlling the auction, okay? So as of now, sellers absorbed. Why should I consider going short? Okay, because the area is valid. The area here is valid. What is not valid is the interaction that you expect at the area. And you can use another amazing stuff that is the speed of tape. When the speed of tape loads, instant, you can use also this. It means that the auction is shifting, okay? And you see that the last speed of tape was buyers, okay? The last speed of tape was buyers here. Yes, Darian, I want the entry trigger and trade management, which is the most important part. Yeah, you want to talk about it. What you didn't understood, Lucia? The trade management. The trade management we saw in the previous session, but if you have any question regarding the risk management, because the trade management, you can have partials. For example, let's say that you short the top here, okay? Let's pretend that there was aggressive sellers here and buyers not rewarded. You have multiple sensitive level, okay? In this distribution, if you take here, or if you take the day distribution, the most sensitive level you have and the highest probability to reach is the POC, okay? So you can build a model saying, look, I put myself to break even. That is usually what I do. If I'm fading the value area high at the POC, but I leave a runner for the value area low. Okay, this is usually how I manage my trade. This is usually how I manage my trade. Then what you can do you can use tools like this one, that it's open for everyone. You see, look at this, okay? Still the regression is not short, but look at this, okay? You can use tools like this one also to trail your stop loss. Let's make an example. Let's say that you take along here, Lucia, okay? You take along here. How can you make the trade management? You take along here, you have an area, okay? When you have the second area printing and the market is going up, you can cover your stop loss below the candle that created the area, okay? Here, you print another one, you can trail, okay? Here you don't have any area, so either you take profit at the maximum top range, or either, in this case, you can decide, look, I did 1 to 10 risk to reward, I take my position out. Is it clear, Lucia, how you can go in trade management? The risk management is really subjective. I can tell you what I do, but because I have big capital, I risk 0.25%. It's the same for everyone, guys. Okay? You need to put range, 40 range. The reason you don't have box is because you didn't put range. Okay? Look here, for example, while we were talking, okay, a setup on the box with a risk above the box. So this setup, it's already 1 to 2, I told you exactly when the auction flip. You got it now. Everyone that is in the chat, you see when the aggression comes. Look at what the fuck we built for everyone. This took a lot of years of study. Okay, now I was distracted because I was talking with Lucia that made a really specific question. Let me check. Is it clear the role of deep effort in trade confirmation and management? Yes or no? Of course, it's really difficult to see the chat and to watch also all the window, okay? But as you can see now, they are trying to break the down level, okay? So also here, the trade management can be different. What you can prefer is a 1 to 2, so you go in the sensitive area and you take 50% of the partial here, and maybe you go at 1 to 4 risk to reward for the remaining, or you prefer to make the market breathe, so you enter here, okay, and you have a really long take profit, but also a really long stop loss, because otherwise in multiple swing points it take you out and it's too much risky. But I want to show you something. You see that when the auction change, also the regression change. Okay. Now, what you can see is that the buyers now have two choices. Either they are really aggressive, 96% of understanding, amazing. Let me check if for Lucia is clean. There is any other question, Lucia, or is it? Thank you, Fabio, for answering. Amazing. Appreciate it. Okay. Now, let's make an example. Okay. Let's say that you took this short, you take 50% out here, so you made a 1 to 2, and you have the other position running here. Why it makes sense to trail your position? Because if they break this, okay, they break the box, they are going to continue. Okay. They are going to, there is a big probability that they are going to continue. So it doesn't make a lot of sense. Let me draw again the area for you. Okay, doesn't make a lot of sense to keep it. Okay, to keep it. This one now, Temulen, remember that you can do everything you want with the platform. Okay, you have all the tools for all the assets. What I can tell you is that this one is studied by me specifically for Nasdaq. Okay, so this one is studied specifically for what Lucia was asking, trade management, and for the confirmation of the flip of the dominance for Nasdaq. Okay, then of course you can put on any other asset, but I can say that I use for this one, so I don't want to tell you use for gold and then it don't work so precisely for gold. Okay, you can see that from a moment where the buyers were building, okay, the moment they mark the area, Now the sellers are building, building, building. Of course it can change, but you understand how much it's important to have this tool. Okay, because now, for example, if you tap this low, if you break this low, this is the most sensitive level they have at the moment. That's the reason. If buyers need to take back control, they should do from this one. Okay, because this one is the base of the auction. It's when they started to build all this move up. So either buyers take back control here and they break the level and the market continue. But what's the good part? That if you follow this, you already taken out 1 to 2. Okay, or 1 to 4. You can decide to hold. But the good part is that if this flip area gets broken, okay, you have a really strong movement. Okay, you have a really strong movement. The IVB hubble is really simple. The IVB is based on the starting of the auction. It's a quantitative model, okay, and it's telling you if for the session buyers or sellers are in control. Today, sellers are in control, okay, and you can use the breakout if you want. We can go through it. It's really simple, but if you want to have some guidance, we can go also through it. Super simple, and it's really, really efficient, okay? Now, let's put here the indicator. You can put on the 5 minutes. It's called the Deep M IVB, okay? Okay. Now, what the market is telling you is telling you that you are in the top range of the IVB, okay? The top range of the IVB. So what happens that if you break this level, okay, for today seems like a compression day because you see they didn't break the high, they didn't break the low. But first point, the top level and the bottom level are really sensitive area. This is the first point. The second point is that if you break, you see what it says, neutral. This is the breakdown of the session. Consolidation, okay? But if you break this level, IVB project you the most probable target with a machine learning method, okay? So if you manage to tap this one, IVB is telling you, look, there is a 80% probability that you reach this level. Now you don't have this because it's not giving you, at the moment, the breakout, okay? Some people use the initial balance of orb. The problem with initial balance on orb is that they lack volume. So they only have static level. What we did is implementing the confirmation of the volume in execution. Okay. So let's say that you reach here. Okay. Is giving you all the aggression of the sellers as moment to step in because this movement, okay, is the one with the highest probability. Look from when I was talking, but you notice, guys, that I do everything live. I don't do anything before, okay? You notice that I give you, I don't want to say I give you, but I show you consistently where the market reject live. Now it's 1 month that we do it, okay? Before I explain you what will happen, and then I explain you what's the best way to frame it. So, for example, here, people that were saying, we short, we short, we short in the chat, I was explaining, no, it's not the moment. Okay. Why it's not the moment? Because buyers are in control. From the moment sellers were in control, you had zero fucking drawdown. Okay. Look at this movement. It's amazing. This is already a pretty big risk to reward. It's a pretty big risk to reward. I use wider stop, so I made 2.7 risk to reward. But it's not important the risk to reward, okay? Can you show us in deep effort? This is deep effort, guys. I didn't mark this area. This is the indicator. This is what I created for you. Okay. You see, it's the indicator. It's not my hand marking this level. This is deep effort. Okay. Now EVB is not useful for today because, as you can see, we are in consolidation, no? So it's not giving you the projection, but it's possible, guys, it's possible that in this session the market is giving us a confirmation in the direction. So it's possible that we have a really strong movement. So we took the top of the day from here. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. So it's possible, I was saying, from this movement, you have a breakout. And if you have a breakout, it means that the IVB gets activated. Okay? If IVB gets activated, you don't only have this short, but if you break this one, you have the continuation. So if you understand what I studied, is how to understand the highest probability of direction for the day. This. Okay? Perfect. How to understand when you can expect volatility at the breakout of this low. Unfortunately, today it's a consolidation session. Perfect. Okay. So you have a volatility prediction method. Second one is no brainer. When can I execute to the point that even if I have a small reaction to the area, I can make some good money? Okay. Even if I have a small reaction. Okay. Small reaction. It's a 1 to 5. Okay. And now it changed and it flipped the auction. Did I make money? Yes or no? Okay. Then the trade management, as I was explaining to Lucia, it's on you. Okay. So you can say 1 to 3, 1 to 4, I'm out. I made an amazing risk to reward for the day. I come back tomorrow. Or you can say, I'm a crazy motherfucker. Why? Because I want to make this. I want to make the Omra. I want to make this crazy movement. 1 to 10, I want to make the risk to reward for the week, knowing that this probability is lower. Okay. Yeah, the protection level is the highest probability level that you reach for the day, Mark. Oh, look at this. What they told you. Look that the buyers are in the reaction phase. Okay. Look that the buyers are trying to take back control. Okay. The buyers are trying to take back control. So now you have a level that can create you problem. How the indicator can do this? The indicator can do this by reading the volume. Okay. So what it does, it reads the volume and it understands if the absorption that happened here and the effort was in a condition that can create problem in the advancement on the short side. Okay. Now, considering that the area here, the short area, was a strong area, I'm pretty sure that even if this buy area is printed, the short can push this one, and maybe you see a failed auction, and yes, we go long. But if I need to choose between this one and this one, I will say that this one will not hold. Okay, for multiple reasons. The first reason is that we have a major time frame failed auction. Okay. The second one is that we are on the value area low, but the system is saying to you, look, I tell you, because if you want to take out the other partial, so you have a 1 to 2, 1 to 3 plus a 1 to 1, so you have 4R or 3R for the day, you can do it. Okay. It's not telling you stay in the position till the market reverts back on you, because this one it's risky. Amazing. Let's see. Is it clear? No. Josh, try to listen to what I say, please. Don't ask again stuff that I already said. Okay. CVD is nothing else that cumulative volume delta, 97%, amazing. So you can see the CVD, you can see the deep effort to understand who is in control, or you can just use tools that are easier to use, we can say, okay, like the profile, because if I need to do a no-brainer trade, I would use the profile value area high and value area low. When you get really good at it, it gives you area from when you can take 2 or 3 trades per week with a really high win rate. Okay, this is the relaxed method. If you are a psycho scalper like me, you can go also lower on time frame. For example, here now, look how much movement the price did. Okay, and then when we were here, the market told you, look, this area it's a problem. Okay, now what they are probably doing is going back to the origin point. Let's see this together. I would like to see some participation from the aggressive players that unfortunately are not participating in the last part of the movement. Let's see what they are doing. Let me remove this level because it got broken. You see there is no aggressive players. It's pretty flat. And the IVB is telling you this. Today the volatility it's neutral. You should not expect big movement. Psycho scalper. Amazing. You can use also in range charts the deep trades. It's not mandatory that you use on time. It's up to you. Yeah, aggressive. Now the market is going really slow. You see, it's going back and forth, back and forth. Now we are not moving a lot. But I want to see what happens when we go back to this level. If we go back to this level, I want to see what they do. Initial volume breakout, it means, Dennis. Studying the breakout of the first hour of the session supported by volume. There are models that have really statistical relevance that are based on, for example, initial balance, but they are only using price. Okay, they are not incorporating volume, and this is the reason they take a streak of stop loss when the market is choppy. By considering the breakout supported by volume, you can make sure that the direction is more clean. Of course. The trade was this one, guys. It already gave the trade. It gave an amazing 1 to 4 or 1 to 5. It depends on when you frame it, okay? Now, in this case, it will print probably another box sell, okay? Possible that it print another box. For now, these buyers are in control. You see, it's giving you this box till the sellers are in control. Here, the volume changed. So now the buyers, you see, they are lifting the auction. That's the reason I tell you probably we will revisit this area here, okay? See what they want to do. Oh, now I think some aggressive sellers will populate this movement, because now you saw that they went back to this, that was the previous aggression, and they reloaded. You see, this is a reload. So if we can change and print another box sell, okay, so now if they do another week, then they went really aggressive, so like this, no? Going up really slow and then aggression, the model print you an area. One time, Lautaro. Not you cannot short every time it reach, okay? Because they are already telling you that here, okay, here, buyers to control, okay? From here, sellers are in control, but the first touch is the strongest one, okay? So in this area, without a doubt, sellers are in control, but it's better to take the first one because the second one have a lower win rate. Let's see. Unfortunately, it's really choppy day. Really choppy day. There are no aggressive buyers, sellers participating in this movement. You see what I told you? I told you probably weak, and then after the week, if you have a really strong movement on the other side, it means that they flip the auction. Okay, usually they do weak and then bam, 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 changing of aggression. I had a lot of result with IVB, but in this month I'm having problem with that because of the low volatility. Could you recommend a no-brainer strategy about mean reversion with volume profile? We explained already, Luis. It's framing the best reversal area by merging the profile. I explained this in the first 2 or 3 sessions. Already explained. This is what you can do. Taking reversal on the profile. I'm understanding how this indicator works now. Amazing, Brian. How thought was it for you really put order flow into active trading since you have started? For me, it's not hard because it's in opposite to price action. It's really objective. Okay, you see what happens now. Okay, till the moment you flip here, buyers are back in control. Okay, now to confirm that this area is in control, you will need to break this top. Okay, then in this case, it's not so stupid to consider if the market gives you another area to take the break and reverse. This is not a setup that I like to do because I'm more in fading reversals when there is a confirmation, but it's still something that works amazingly. Abel, if I had found you in 2021 when I found ICT, I was a millionaire already. I spent too much time on this shit stuff. Believe it was profitable. Guys, you know that I have a bias for what works and what doesn't work in the market, but I don't like to talk bad about other people, okay? I just want to teach you that in 2025, 2026, if you have valuable information, you should use it, okay? If you go to war and you have less information, it's like if you are a government with an intelligence system that is crazy, like Israel with Mossad, okay? Or US against, I don't know, third world country that cannot afford to invest in intelligence. Okay. So what I'm telling you is that information are never a bad investment. Okay. And this doesn't mean that you need to get information from me. This means that if you prefer to study order flow, option flow, all the kind of data from other traders, you can do it, but just make sure that no one is trying to sell you the perfect method because there is no one. There is no one. Agree, in 1 month I went into profitable trader. Thank you. Amazing, Eric. I'm really happy for you. Yeah, that's the point. If you're making money, continue with it. Okay. Use anything that works for you. This is what works for me, and this is what I'm really honored to explain to you. Okay. You see what I tell you? There is one guy who says, can I short again? But what the market is telling you. So read it like this. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Read it like this. Let me help you on this one. Let's go here. Okay. Okay. We have our amazing area. Okay. We go here. Okay. The Nasdaq effort is telling you that buyers are controlling the auction from all these levels. Okay, so you have the regression and you have all the confirmation of who is controlling. Okay. Then they do this, and from this box, the market tell you, look, you have an opportunity to short, okay? And you take a 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1 to 5. Then they tell you here, look, that the buyers are in control again. So it's like a car that is accelerating against you, okay? And you are trying to short when the market is accelerating. Can you understand why it's not smart, guys? You can do better than this. You can, if you want to short again, you can just wait. Oh, Fabio, the order flow have a really strong information that the path of least resistance is on the sell side. You want to short again? Yes. Another 1 to 3. Amazing. We close 5 hours for the day and we are done. Perfect. You want to see the situation of the ego scalper? The ego scalper does like this. The market is going like this. He has his confirmation. Okay. He goes short. He put the profit target here. This is the ego scalper. Okay, perfect. Market start to go down. Yes, I'm right. I make a lot of money. Okay. Market goes back. He take break even or stop loss. He start to get really angry at the market and to panic and say, no, but it needs to go down. And he go down against the deep effort. The market does this. Okay. No, but it's not possible. The market does like this. Okay. So trader one did 5R using the same entry method. Trader B, that is this one, lost money using the same entry method because he didn't care about making money. He cared only about being right. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? For a lot of beginners, this will not be. So your role is not being this. I always tell you this, guys. I cannot stress it enough. Okay, your role is not taking the top with zero drawdown. Okay, I've been this kind of trader, and sometimes you will be right. Sometimes you will be right, but more times than not, you will not be right. And when you are not right, you get frustrated because you take a lot of stops. So I want to teach you to learn how to take money out of these markets. Okay? Take multiple times. Instead of making 1 to 10, take 5, 1 to 2. At the end of the day, you will still make more money and it will be less stressful. 90% understood it. Okay? How is it possible? We are already live from 1 hour and 15. How much I told, guys? I'm sorry for you. I was thinking it was 15 minutes, 20 minutes that I was live. Crazy. I think this one will come out another 2 hour session. I hope you don't hate me. You see, now the market is deciding because buyers are in control. Okay. Sellers are trying to protect here. Okay. So there is the possibility that sellers will break down again and you will see another acceleration. And what the indicator will do, he will understand that sellers are in control and he will say, look, if you want, there is a second opportunity. Okay? If you want. To be honest, on December, I trade really heavy, always. The market is more choppy, but if you know how to trade, it gets incredible. Okay. Now I'm not planning to do other bootcamp for 2026. This one was an occasion for the launch of deep charts. Okay. And the price was crazy low. In 2026, it's possible that I get back the education. I was doing education before, then I stopped. But the only education I will do is live session. Okay. Divided in quarter one, quarter two, quarter three. Okay. But I will continue to do free session on YouTube, on podcast, to trade live, to reads, to all the people that invite. I will continue to do some live session, maybe 2 per month, 3 per month for deep charts. Okay, so it's not stopping here. Let's see what it does. Okay, let's see what it does here. Really slow market, guys. Really slow market. They are trying to lift the auction. You see that the area is not printed. Buyers are still in control here. I'm really curious to see how they behave. I explained, Mati. The IVB model is giving you statistical projection when you break the range, okay? But today is in consolidation. When it's in trend, it's giving you projection of the most sensitive areas. And it's really strong at it. It's really, really strong. You see what I told you? Can you understand now? When you short, okay, when you short against the tide, like here, you see, you go to stop loss. When you short in favor, like here, the change, you have a 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 5, and if you are in an area that is being respected for the whole day, they are really rare, but 1 or 2 sessions per week, you can have a home run trade. Okay, you have a crazy risk to reward trade. It's not what I like to do. I like to take profit, guys. You will understand this when you raise more capital. Okay, so when your capital goes to 7, 8 figures, you don't want to stay in the trade floating 6 figures. This is just not smart and not good for your brain. So here, it gave you a perfect short. Here, it saved you from shorting these retracements. And it's possible, it's still possible, that now it flip and sellers gets back in control. Let's go on a big Q&A. Go, guys, ask anything. I'm here for you. See, they are still having an hard time to break this top. It's not easy for them at all. Not at all. So let me go through the chat. Let me read all the questions that you have. Allora. Can you tell us? Fuck, it's too long. It's going too fast, guys. Go directly on Q&A. How do you trade so fast? What is the set of confluence? I can pin. Wait a second. Why not trade the London session like today when it seems fairly easy and straightforward? Because I don't trade based on what seems easy and straightforward, I trade based on data. And from data, the most explosive move you have on New York session. So for me, it's just better to trade New York session. Okay? Fabio, you have trouble determining when we are exiting value area is in trend following. Print a new sell box. And no, guys. No. No. Don't be fake. Don't be fake out. You see, this is like a sell box here. The regression is long. It means that this box, it's in control of the buyer still. If you want to trade this box, it's not an advice and stuff, you need to break this law. Otherwise, this will go on up. You see what I told you? This will go up. Be careful when you trade, guys. Don't take trade when it's not yet confirmed. This one was already going down and it tested perfectly. This one, buyers are still in control. You see from here, they just had control for one candle. Deep effort only to be used to follow the trend. Yes. Then, how do you trade on ATH level, all-time high? You can fade reversal, but you need too much experience to do this by yourself. I will not advise. Then when is a trade confirmed for you? When you have a box, okay, and you have a regression that is witching. An example is this sell candle here, okay? So it switch and at the same time take back control. You can also execute at the close of the candle here, if you cannot manage to take this, okay? For example, if they close this box, they break this low, okay, that created this pullback, the market can easily do first base and second base, but it's impossible for me to chart and at the same time read 1000 questions per second. No, at the moment I don't use prop firm, but I think that prop firm, if used by person that know what is statistics and can project model with low variance to making almost sure that they pass the evaluation, is an amazing tool. Prop firm are an amazing tool if you know how to use them. So I'm now ready to trade. Testing was good result, very good results. Amazing, Lewis. Seller's war is weakening now as multiple times hit. It depends, because here you need to check this. Okay, you need to check the interaction when you hit. And I want to ask to the chat, how is this interaction? Who is being rewarded more? Buyers or the sellers? Can you reply to me? Who is being rewarded? Okay. Who is being rewarded here? More. Amazing. Josh recovered the less. So guys, I'm really kind to every one of you, okay? But you need to have respect. You cannot expect that you connect 1 hour later and I need to repeat everyone and people in the chat are, fuck is this guy doing? Okay. If you connect late, have at least the effort and the result to study the lesson later. When can I find the 40 range? There is no template. You just go here, you select range, you select 40, and then you apply the deep effort. You don't need a specific template. It's already set up by us. If we are in balance profile and out of balance profile, how we consider it? So if you are in balance, so inside the distribution, usually you have a consolidation behavior, like these days. No, also last week it was super consolidating. No, if we have a situation where you go above the value area high, usually you see trend, and this you can see not in the previous lesson, but in the one before, where we saw an amazing short, if someone remember. As soon as the price went out of the value area low that we traced, because the market changed behavior. You remember, guys, in chat. Next one. I cannot recommend trading. Okay, I don't recommend anything. I explain to you what I do. If you can trade on December, it depends on if you have tested, if you have took the time to test your model. Okay, for me, it makes sense at least till 18, 19. Okay, then on Christmas the volume gets shit. But you can already see from these days that the volume gets lower. So it all goes back to your experience. If you know how to stay away from super choppy price action like the one that I explained to you, no? And trade when the price is in sensitive areas, it makes sense. If you are still studying and you don't have the knowledge to do it, it doesn't make sense. To find the bias today, there was for previous day was almost the same. Yeah, it's overlapping. It's overlapping. If you put your name, it will be better because using this MB, NC, LA seems that I'm talking with a set of kitchen stuff. Okay, put your name, Luca, Marco, Josh, Dennis. Okay, seems that I'm talking about some video games character. What is confirmation for you based on deep trades? I explained, I think, 10,000 times. Rewatch lesson 1, 2, 3, and 4. As the bootcamp came out, a huge amount of hours. It was 8 lesson of, came more than 12 hours. Please take the time to watch and don't ask the same stuff again and again. The CVD, we covered the question. I show you trade in all the session, Gabriel. I also show you the execution of all the previous lessons. Today I just didn't have time to trade. Okay. But I show you all the execution. So you already saw what kind of trade I like and execute. And in one session, I explained to you exactly why I will like to fade the top and the momentum move. And also now, no? For example, now, if you go on deep effort, okay, you see that the market is deciding here. Okay, so he printed an area, so he's saying, look, the sellers are in control, but the auction didn't yet shifted. And it's beautiful because usually, let's see if it happens like the one that we did before, but usually when you have a clean breakout, you see the auction getting a crazy high speed of tape. Let me put it for you. So if you break out this level, okay, if you break out this level on the downside, you see, this is an example, okay? You see sellers going above 100. I will leave the mark for you because this is usually when the auction become clear what they like to do, okay? What they like to do. They go really aggressive. Amazing. I leave you this template while I go over the Q&A so you can observe price and volume relationship. There is no way to live briefly, Luis. That's the reason it came out 12 hours bootcamp. It's not something that you can summarize in 3 or 4 words. Because you need to go on the range. If you go on the range, it prints exactly the same areas. So I'm now ready to trade. Testing was very good. Okay, amazing. I don't trade ASEAN session pawn, so I cannot help you on this. You see how much is strong this level? See how much is strong this level? And the reason I told you, you want to see a clean flip. The deep V tracker, it's an indicator that is giving you the most important absorption areas. If you want, I can put here. So if we go here, okay, it's giving you the absorption area, okay? So I prefer to remove the plot setting. I think it is plot setting or pattern. No, it's this one. Because I don't use it. And also Rodolfo told me that he don't use this arrow. And you just keep the area. And you can see, for example, that in this situation, you have buyers really aggressive that got absorbed here. And at the same time, look here, look, you see when I tell you, you need to have everything aligned. And sellers that got absorbed in the last area here. So you have a really strong directional move that can happen when the price is ready. Now, what he told you? He told you, look, that sellers got completely absorbed. Here, they got absorbed. Where? On the area that I told you. Okay. What the market is doing? Capitalizing higher. Then, with most probability, another spike and going back inside. But to avoid all of this boring price action, you can use what I told you. This is what is giving you a real edge. Yes, it show you absorption area, this one. How do you delete a single drawing so easily? Like this one. They cancel it. It's really easy. CVD is giving you more context of accumulation and distribution. So if you go here and you put the cumulative volume delta, deep delta, oh, sorry. Okay, what you can see here is that you see what I told you. You see when I tell you you want to see interaction. Okay. Here, what they told you, you can do this breakdown, okay? What happened here? The cumulative volume delta did a higher high. So what does it mean? That here, there was a strong absorption. There was an intention buy, but it got absorbed. And here, they are telling you, look, that on this level, on this horizontal level, a huge amount of sellers got absorbed. Yeah. So you could have saved stop loss. Okay. Now, what the market is telling you, let's go, please take attention here. Okay. What the market told you on the exit and breakout of the level, what he told you? What he told you here? Can you text in chat? You broke a high sensitive level, okay? The IVB probably is giving you some projection here on the upside, okay? And the deep effort is saying to you, look, that we are in control, buyers are in control. And the speed of tape is saying to you the same, okay? Saying to you, look, that the buyers are getting really interested in a strong move up. Yes. Is it clear now, all the... Let me check. So let me summarize a little bit. So for multi-day and for really sensitive area, I love to use the profile. And I love to use the profile like the one that I shape. And I created this in a quantitative way. So you just need to put and read. You don't need to set up. Because it's giving me the intention of the institutions and the most sensitive areas where they will trade. Point one. Perfect. Then when you go in the lower picture, you can have the no-brainer, that is the deep effort, or you can use your brain to confirm or validate setup, okay? Or invalidate setup, using the interaction between volume and price. The deep effort can be used also to manage trades, okay? So you can also decide, look, I trail my stop loss as the deep effort goes because I don't want to give back to the market. Look here, okay? You see, I was talking, but you see how much is clear. I mark the level and I say, if they don't break this, we are going up. If we break, we see a really strong move. What happened here? Complete absorption and confirmation of the buyers. Okay? You see? Okay. So during these years, I study on how to make your life easier, starting from a protocol to understand the long-term bias, to a protocol on how to refine the best areas intraday, a protocol on how to put in context price and volume, rejection on confirmation, and other than this, giving you all the tools that will be explained also in the future to make this process easier and easier and easier. Okay. For example, for the trend following days, the IVB, it's amazing. Okay. Because the IVB is giving you, I can put also here, the IVB is giving you the most sensitive level. Okay. And when you break this sensitive level, and I think we broke one. Let me check here. Let me remove everything. Okay. When you break the level, usually you want to check if the level is being supported by volume. Okay, so we have a base. This is the base, okay? Then you have a catalyst, and this is the volume, and this is the level of the IVB. Okay. So what the tool is telling you look, that this breakout is confirmed by volume. Okay. It's supported also by big trades, and you can see there is a level of protection. And the most sensitive price target that the IVB studied is this one. How we can study a target on this? Because you have more than 5,000 sessions of study of statistical projection on what's the most probable target that the market can reach. Okay, so in this case, he already knows, not from personal opinion, but from data, where the buyers can reach from the moment of aggression. It's the highest probability movement. Let me check if we can go back online. Okay, jump for 1 second. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, beautiful people? Amazing. Okay. Now, after this bootcamp, these 12 hours of content that we did together, did I make at least 10% your trading better? I will take the pool really honest. I want to know if on the trade management or on the confirmation or on the multi-day bias or on the trade management side or look at this, guys. Look how much is catalyst. Look how much is a catalyst up. Incredible. I love you guys all. I love you guys all. We have 96%. So it means that out of 1,000 people here, more then 960 enjoyed the content. And this is what it's more valuable than anything else. We spend a lot of time charting together, probably 5 hours. We took some amazing movement and we learned together how to use every single tool that is part of my arsenal in the order flow trading. And I hope that you can continue to follow the free session that I will make on YouTube, the free session that I will make on deep charts, because probably I will go with Luca, me and Luca, another guy that is amazing, and we will do some session, for example, some trade review, some trader talk, some on Monday morning. I will like when I'm free to, for example, see the bias together for the week, analyze the profile, see how the previous week went with the tools, so commenting everything, okay? And this can give to the people some kind of guidance, and this is what it's included with the Deep Charts platform also. Then for now, I will stop with live in New Year session. I'm before everything else an educator. Okay, I stopped for some months to give all my time to deep charts and this program. And in 2026, probably for the ones that want to join New Year session, I will open some slots. And if you have any doubt and we want to continue over the Q&A, I can take other 15 minutes, so we make the hours round and we go around every doubt that you can have together. Let's go over this, guys. Let's go over the chat. Let's see what you think about this bootcamp. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Show me the chat. Show me the chat, and then we go over the Q&A. Speed of chat. What an amazing bootcamp. What an amazing bootcamp, guys. Now, going back to the chart, you see what I tell you? Look at what a crazy movement the market does. Okay. What a crazy movement. The price is going probably to squeeze this top and get to the level. Okay. And get to the level. This is with the highest probability what we are going to do. Speed of chat surpassing speed of tape. Yeah. And not at all, guys. I was with you today. I was with you all the time. I could have taken this 1 to 3 and this long. I dedicated all the time for you for the live. No, mentorship and education, guys. I don't have time. I don't have time at all. Don't have time at all. So let's open some Q&A. You want to spend some time with me? I'm not in a rush, so I'm more than happy to go. So Fabio, I can use IVB to determine when I should switch from mean reverting model to trend following. This is the study that we made, yes. I've seen you using Gamma. What info do you get? So we are working to put Gamma on order flow also platform. I use Gamma specifically when I want to go not in short-term scalping, but in intraday. My scalping model don't use Gamma because it's almost useless to take position of 1 to 2, 1 to 3. But if you want to go intraday, knowing the position of the market maker can help you, of course. I think the Gamma, it's really useful also when you have option strategy like Andrea, and you want to understand how to manage the position while it's going. This is where the Gamma have the highest value, but this is not what we are covering here, guys. We are not going to do options trading or something like this. Amazing. We have 7,000 page open. Thank you for the support, guys. I don't understand how to use the deep print footprint tool on 15 seconds, 1 minute. Can you please explain? Of course, we can go over this together. Stay on this one, okay? Stay on this one. Let me help you on this. So, no, I want to keep the deep effort. Let's put it here. Okay, let's remove. Let's remove also this one that we don't need now. And let's go, for example, on the, let's do 40 range, okay? It is way cleaner. On this one, we can zoom it, okay? And I will also explain for you how you can set up, okay? You can go on deep print here, and you can see that here you have the bid and ask, okay? The way I like it, and you can customize, is the delta and the modis profile, okay? So what changed here? This is the one that I like. It takes 1 second to customize, okay? So you have still buy and sell bars, so you see the result, but you see the interaction of the buyers and sellers with the delta, okay? So we are going to comment candle by candle, okay? On this candle, what happened? The result is sell, but the buyers try to lift the auction exactly on this horizontal level, okay? So what does it mean? That they tried. Now, on this same level, the buyers reloaded. You see they are loading delta, loading delta, loading delta. Okay, so they are fighting in this area, and you can see the live interaction between buyers and sellers. Okay, see that the delta is getting stronger. This one, look at this live. Okay, now let's go on the candle that is printing. What's happening here? They are pretty balanced. The sellers are winning the battle. Now we approach this delta point. Let's see how the buyers behave. See this rejection. You see that even if the sellers are super strong, the buyers, you see it's loading. You see it's printing. This is the executed order, the delta part. So the delta on this box, in a super short scenario, is trying to be controlled by buyers. Okay? And they failed now. They failed. And sellers are back in control here. And you see still buyers trying to participate. Look here, but they failed. Okay. So the market is not rewarding the buyers. I think this visual is interesting. It's an information that you can use with the footprint and is giving you a clean proxy on who is aggressive on one price level and the result that they are having. To be honest, I prefer the deep trades because for me it's an information that it's immediate and it's already filtered. But if you want something like this, you can use it. You can build your edge around it, you can study, you can refine, and I hope you can also get better than me, because with all these people online, I'm sure that a lot of people will build models that are better than mine. You see these buyers, they show you from when buyers are trying to protect. Okay. This is the delta, so the difference between executed order, sell, and buy. Look how much they are aggressive. Okay, so these buyers got absorbed, and the auction is still going down. Still going down. Maximum point of aggression of the buyers, rejected, and probably we go back down again. Okay, this is something that you can also use for hyperscalping. I think hyperscalping is not suitable for a lot of people. I did this in the past. For big capital, it's not efficient because you receive slippage. The liquidity on Nasdaq is low, so it's a model that I would advise only for super experienced trader, but it's still something that you can use and bring home. No matter how far we excel, we'll always be your student. Amazing. Amazing, guys. What happened here? Try to read here. Chat. What happened? What happened here? 38, 35, 34, 14 absorbed. So from here, probably, I think this one, it's because we tap into the deep. You see? You see how much everything is incredibly lining up. So the first point where the buyers were interested is when you went back to the level. Funny, eh? Is not Nasdaq trading still the biggest portion of your earnings overall? On trading, it's the majority, because trading, I only trade Nasdaq on the intraday and scalping. And you will understand that as your capital grows, even if you have companies, okay, and you have other income, when you manage millions, okay, the profit that you can get from trading, it's not related to time, it's related to skill sometimes. Okay, so maybe to do the same with company, you need to manage team, you need to invest upfront, you need to coordinate, you need to stay in Zoom, you need to find product that works for your audience, you need to be able to manage the compliance, the tax optimization. There is a lot that goes on. But with trading, once you learn the skill, with trading, 6 to 7 figures is not different. What change is your psychology? It jumped for 1 second. It jumped for 1 second, guys, but don't worry, I'm here. Can you hear me? One in chat? No, I don't do, guys. I don't do private mentorship. I don't have the time. I don't do private. I don't do coaching. I don't do all this stuff. I don't do this stuff. So you had a range chart for New York session and London session. Range charts for New York session? What do you mean? Range charts, it's range charts. It's not connected to the session. The range, it's always the same. You mean the settings of the big trades? This is what you mean? Rodolfo is saying This is what now say to Rodolfo. Maybe next time there will be a Deep Charts World Cup. This is something that I would love to do, Joel. And I think Antonio is capable of organizing it. I think Antonio is capable of organizing. Ah, but you don't mean range charts. You mean the box of the session. Not you don't mean range this. You mean the levels and the time of the session. Rodolfo is saying session markers. This one. But this one works also on time. It's not related to range. What is exactly aggregate trades? Difference between single order trades and aggregates one. I only use aggregate, okay? What the aggregate is doing is merging multiple orders in one price level. This is what it's doing. Could you please give us a roadmap to build our edge? Yes, so Sami, the best protocol that you can use to build your edge is the following. You do before data validation, okay? And for data validation, you can either use models that are already profitable. So, for example, the IBB, the initial balance, the gap fill. There are a lot of models that you can use as a starting point. Look at this amazing interaction in our areas. So you can use a lot of them, okay? Now, when you have a baseline and you have a starting point, and the starting point, for example, can be also framing the best level on the profile, you can also fade reversal and take 2, 3, 5 reversal trades per week so you can be a more relaxed trader. It depends on you, okay? But you need to have an edge. You start from an edge. After you have an edge, you have two ways. The first way is that you validate with a quantitative model that edge. So you can use Python or you can use any validation, or you can use discretionary backtesting. For example, using deep charts, you can take an edge or an indicator and test it for years and years. Of course, you need to have a little bit of time and to invest a little bit of time. And once you have something that works and you can see from data, you go in a forward. The forward is what is called out of sample, no? And is when you test an edge in the live market environment. So you go, for example, after 1 year of backtesting the edge in live market, maybe with a prop firm, maybe with small capital, maybe with demo capital, and you try to use the edge. And the track record, the equity line that you build in live market condition, it's what is called the out of sample. Okay, so the out of sample is giving you the confidence then to scale and to execute bigger trades. Okay, this is my process. This is what I did. I started with an edge. I improved the edge. I tested it. I executed with prop firm and small capital, and then my capital grow, and I also put in capital from my side, and yeah, the account grows, and the performance, if you have a good psychology, follow the edge that you have. That depends on the profit factor and Sharpe ratio, and you can have multiple models. Level 1 data enough for deep trades? For deep trades, the actual yes. For the one new that Antonio showed you, from what I understand, but we need to double check with him, you need level 2 data. Okay. You need rhythmic. You need the rhythmic, if I'm not wrong. But I need to double check this with him because these use some kind of data that are not available with all the data provider. Where to find a good consult for improving life and skill like health, business, and money management? Now, these guys, it's a question that goes out of trading world. Improving life, and health is something that can only tell a doctor. I'm not a doctor on this. I can give you some tips that are the one that I use. So to make a maximum number of execution per day, to avoid over trading or trading long hours because it's exhausting for your family, for the person around you, and stuff like this. But on the health, for example, nutrition and stuff, you need to follow someone that is expert on this. And remember, there is no ice bath or sauna that can improve the performance of your trading. Let's be honest. It's not biohacking that will make you a trader. It's edge. You need to have an edge. And all the professional traders that you will find, they will say to you, you need to execute an edge. Otherwise, you are a trader of the weekend. Okay. So you do this just to do it. But don't risk money, please, guys. Don't risk real money if you have not tested what you are doing. So before, take the time to test everything you want to do. Okay. It can be the model of Rodolfo, it can be my model, it can be a new model that Antonio built, it can be an option model that Andrea built, it can be anything. Okay. Take the time to test. How is it going here on the area? Look what an amazing reaction. Look what an amazing reaction in this one. This one blind, okay, it's already a 1-to-1 or stop loss to 0. Now the IVB is telling us that we can go really far, but you can also use a timing and understand the interaction. You see here, complete sell control, buyers absorbed, really strong level. But from here, the auction changed on the same horizontal level. The sellers are punching a wall, they got absorbed. You could made a really good risk to reward on this one. And I don't think it's finished. I think we are still going up. Look at the big trap seller at the area. Yeah, it's common, guys. On reversal, usually it's an absorption. Yeah. Yeah, probably on Monday. On Monday morning, I will love to do some breakdown. So already by this Monday, I think I can do it. I think I can be live with you, go over some trades, have some talk together, and yeah, keep this free format together. Also, Andrea wants to go live. Also, Rodolfo told me he wants to go live. I hope in the future we can have amazing partner like Carmine joining us. So yeah, and one time per week. I think this format will be amazing, but you have to tell me what you think. I would love to have one format called Student on the Stage. During the years where I was doing education, this one is the one that got the most amount of love. So we call some traders from the audience and we go over some analysis with him. We understand the model, do some analysis, we ask for how is it going during his professional career, if he's profitable, if he's struggling, if he's trading personal account, if he's trading prop, what we can improve, stuff like this. No, I see the chat, it's already excited. Yeah, we can do this. We can do this. I would love to do this. Why not? Why not? Okay, we smashed 2 hours. Look at the reaction from this level. Look at the reaction from this level. It was an amazing session. It was an amazing journey. I will put my focus in trading for the next 3 weeks, but I will not forget about you. We will have our Monday appointment, and I want to create a lot of free content on YouTube. And thank you everyone for this amazing journey together. Let's keep in touch. Text me on Instagram, text me on Discord, and let me know how it is going for the trading, for the model that you learned. I love the chat. You are so supportive. Have an amazing evening, you all. Here in Dubai, it's 11. I still didn't eat anything, but it was worth it. Good evening, guys. Thank you for sharing this journey with us.